welcome back then to part 2 of the 54 Civ Europe battle. I hope you enjoyed part 1. A lot happened in that first 150 turns. We're now up to turn 175 as well, so we can get straight in to seeing some more developments. I have got to quickly put the scoreboard back on because, you know, we are always very well prepared here, but there we go. It's back. Who are the current top 5? It is still the Soviets, the Huns sitting in second, and the Sami in third. So those three holding on strong. Arabia and Lakia continuing to fill out that list. Again, it might not be super accurate to who is the best in terms of what we're interested in, but it is that way for now. We've then got Morocco, Hanover, Mercuria, Mali, and I believe Leon filling out the top 10. But the British Isles, all the same, although there seems to be a lot more units, particularly for Ireland. I think a lot of this area is the same. Leon obviously did complete conquering Madrid, and now going after Monaco. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, the rest of this area is still mostly the same at this point. But I do see some wars between the Czechs, and it looks like Burgundy, which could be pretty big if there's a decisive... If there's a winner there, that would be pretty big. What else we got? We got Scandinavia, exactly the same, but lots more units. You can see Norway, frigates, Gatling guns, starting to push up the tech tree now. I've seen a few industrial eras. We've also got a few ideologies to look at in a second too. Finland, still the same. Lots of big cities for them. The Sami as well haven't lost anything yet, and they've started to settle some of the tundra in the corner of the map. As we see, the Soviets, though, have taken out the Russian Empire, the Green Russia. They've grabbed St. Petersburg. Oh no, they haven't. Smolensk is still here, and that city's obviously quite difficult to get to, but they have done well apart from that. Bosnia is the same, but there's some big wars between Bosnia, Greece, and Wallachia. I'm not sure of the teams here, but all three of them, I believe, are in some sort of war. It looks like maybe not. Actually, maybe Greece has peaced out, but I'm saying that Wallachia and Bosnia, hidden behind that score list, have also just peaced out, but there we go. Bosnia, not doing too bad either. What else we got? The Goths not looking too good anymore. 2 cities. The Huns have grabbed some stuff, as of the Soviets. Wallachia does still have this city for now. Oh, look at those citadels. Brutal. Armenia still here, still doing the same. I think the Arabian Peninsula is mostly the same. The Arabians, though, are looking good. They're still up there in that top 5. But Hejaz is still here. Babylon's here. Assyria is still occupying the same area. And what do we got in Africa? Any big changes? Obviously, we saw Egypt falling last time we looked. It looks like Mercuria has done a lot of growth. And yeah, the Garamanti's pretty much non-existent now. 1 city left, which was formerly Nigeria's, Tiko. And then that will be Mercuria's. Benin, I believe, they did recently take a city back. But I believe that was this one, which they've already lost. So yeah, Mali is winning this war against Benin. But they don't have much left either. The Kanem Bornu not doing too much down here. Morocco still very spread out. Lots of cities across lots of space. But them and Mali both seem to be doing quite well. Carthage, it's all gone horribly wrong, hasn't it? Not so great for them. But there we go. That's how it's looking. We'll have a quick religion check because we didn't actually do that at the end of last episode when I showed the demographics. And woo, there we go. I said look out for Wallachias, and there you go. Buddhism leads the way in 56 cities. It's then 39 for the Sami with Protestantism, 27 for Islam from Kanem Bornu, 22 for Mercuria's Eastern Orthodoxy. I thought those two would be in competition, but I'm guessing maybe Islam's gone more west across the Sahara, whereas Mercuria's religion's maybe North Africa, Southern Europe as well, could be in Italy, or it's gone into the Arabian Peninsula, which is probably more likely through the Suez Canal sort of region. And then 17 for Catholicism from the Celts. That's obviously all the British Isles cities, and it's probably starting to spread maybe to other places without a religion, so particularly Western Europe, you know, Hanover, Belgium, France. Those areas that lack their own sort of local religion. And then Confucianism from Carthage. Yeah, not doing too well. Obviously, Africa's very spread out. They're right next to Mercuria, so that's probably not gone too well. But there we go. We'll come back at a big point, actually. Turn 200. Oh, no, we're going to have a look at the early ideologies as well. Who picked one? Who's got an ideology? Here we go. I think there's only a few, yeah. Okay, so autocracy for the Soviets and the Huns, the two sort of leaders, arguably. And then Norway has also got one, and they've gone order. So there we go. That's the early things to keep an eye on. I'm sure there'll be a load more joining them next time we hop in. Well then, big moment, big time in the game, turn 200. I say that, we're actually, I think we're on regular speed this time, so it's not actually that far. Normally we'd be seeing people very far into the text, but we're on standard speed, so that is not actually the case. But we'll continue to go over the map, see what happened. We start to see some blobbing out now. There's some clear regions where it's not as messy anymore. As you can see, Iberia still all the same. Nothing too much in France, another region that hasn't really changed. The people of Monaco have starved a bit, but what the heck happened here? The Czechs must have pieced out for this city, which is, I guess, good. Obviously, border gore, bad, but good for them, I guess. City across Europe. Naples and Palermo. It's quite big now for the two Sicilies as well. But yeah, as you see, France, Burgundy region, up to Hanover, has remained the same. Although that said, Hanover is actually going after the Celts. This will be very interesting. They have some good coastal cities, so that explains all the navy coming over for Utrecht here, the former Dutch city. And France took this at some point. Don't know. Again, must have been a peace deal. I believe this belonged to Ireland, so I don't even know how France intimidated Ireland into that one, but there you go. Terrible move. Oh, we do have someone in Iceland, and it is, I believe, Leon. Yes, with 2 cities. So there we go. That's about it. There isn't much more land to go, so that's about it really for that. Copenhagen is under attack by what looks like the Commonwealth and maybe Burgundy, but probably just the Commonwealth. Or Norway. It could be Norway from this side, but yeah, again, they're pretty safe. It's going to take a lot. Squeezing boats out of here or through is going to be difficult. Sweden, Norway still looking the same mostly. Finland here with their 4 cities and whatever these unique units are, they have a literal ton of them. Sami is, I believe, attacking Perm. They have added some cities, although they might lose this one if they're not careful. But they did just gain this one. The Soviets now looking very big, although Perm squeezed the city in the middle. That's looking very isolated. But yeah, the Soviets looking quite big now. I believe that they've played a part in going after the Goths. The Huns have taken another city off them since last time. Don't know where this Hunnic force is going, but not for the Soviets, I'm guessing, because they sort of ignored this city if they are. Russia, another one isolated between the Huns and Soviets. And up here you can see there's a few more Hunnic cities. Lakia squeezed one out, and Sami still has one as well. Down here, Armenia now has a unique unit too. And this sort of bird logo unit, some sort of mounted unit, which is cool. They also have Gatling guns. Who is this? That is a Soviet scout. Anatolia still all the same really. Ottomans and everyone's the same. It looks like they are fighting Assyria. It does look like there's a war going on here. I'm guessing Arabia v Babylon. I'm guessing this is maybe just broke out, but Babylon had time to build a lot of units. But I think Arabia could probably win this, by turn 2-5. Could see it differently. I'm guessing it's not Hejaz in this because they've still got all their units. I mean, see Arabia and Babylon's are injured. Nubia, there's just damage everywhere. It looks like Nubia could be fighting Mercuria, but it's not 100% clear. It definitely looks like Kanem Bornu has just lost some sort of war because they have very few units left. Mercuria is looking very good. They did get Lagos and eliminate the Garamantes. Benin is slowly being pushed back by Mali. They still have a few cities left, but not many. And then, Morocco still have their spread out cities. They've taken another one off Carthage at some point. And that's all we got so far, but it's getting there. You can see areas where there's clearly one big civ. Obviously, you got the Huns area on the mini-map. You've got Armenia. Everywhere's looking kind of blobby. It is Western Europe that has the most border gore. And then there's some random cities across Russia where they've settled in the far gaps. The UK is also a complete mess, to be fair. That's pretty gross. But there we go. That is continued. I don't think we covered the actual Czechs in the middle here in Poland and Commonwealth, but they're mostly... Oh no, Poland is gone. Commonwealth took Krakow. I would say that sets them up for a war with Hanover, but it does for them, not so much Hanover, because Hanover cannot really get over here to reinforce these cities. But they both have artillery now, which is a key unit to know. I say that, the Commonwealth do not, actually. No, Hanover has artillery. But there we go. Let's have a little look at the demographics. Why not? It's turn 200. The Soviets' lead has sort of dropped, but the Huns were sort of second before, so yeah, it's interchangeable. But yeah, population is still with the Soviets. Crop yield is now with was with the Huns already. Production is now with the Huns as well, so that's changed, as has land. Economy still with the Soviets, soldiers with the Huns, and then now science is the Soviets. So those two are dominating at the moment. But there we go. Anything could change. They could fight each other, which will probably just lead to one of them dominating. But, you never know. But yeah, next big event could be Hanover. I mean, if they take this, what's to stop them going further? Maybe they get Cardiff as well. They have got a really random spread out empire, so anything's possible for them. I'm still fancying the Czechs here. I think they could do well. If they just need the right moment. Maybe a war against the Commonwealth. To be fair, the other wars are pretty tough. Burgundy, Bosnia, not easy. But that'll be it for... No, it won't be it for this episode. What am I doing? I'll be back in a second. Okay, turn 225. We're getting through it. It's still running okay. There's no signs it's going to break just yet, which is great news. But what have we got so far? We have got someone else arriving in Iceland. It is Hanover. Oh, we'll switch to this map. Hanover's arrived. They have done some good work. Norway, you can see, grabbed the Faroe Islands, but Hanover took Cardiff and Utrecht off the Celts. So all of a sudden, the Celts, they were looking like the best civ in the British Isles. Now it's just a complete mess. Ireland is probably the most consolidated of anyone out here, so that's just a mess. Oh, this is big. I saw some random civs declare war on Portugal from like the Middle East, but here we go. Leon. This would be big if they could take over all of Portugal. I think they're both... I can't actually... Leon is fairly high in the rankings, about 8th. So if they got all of Portugal, you'd think that would put them quite high up. What else have we got? What else is going on? Around here, not too much has changed. I did see Greece grab a city in North Africa. They just settled that. But around here, you can see there's not much. I don't know if there's planes yet. We might see some as we go further east. But artillery, and we'll check the ideologies in a second. But yeah, Hanover's still doing very well, despite being so spread out. It's pretty cool. They're almost like a naval empire at this point, which is kind of cool to see. Oh, no, still the same here. Oh, Denmark's gone. Sorry, Denmark, missed that. Oh, so Denmark is gone. As you see, Sweden took Copenhagen and Aarhus. Sorry if that's not pronounced right at all. But I see Norway has grabbed one of Sweden's biggest cities here. I think this is Sweden's second city. So yeah, Norway has got stronger, but Sweden has arguably got stronger too, so it's a bit of a mismatch. And it looks like Norway's attacking Finland, but it's very hard to tell who's attacking who by eye sometimes. Finland is still the same. Sami up here, they've got a lot of workers. Oh, there's a plane. Just one. Oh, Finland. Wait, is Finland attacking St. Petersburg? That is bold. That's very bold. The Soviets might be fighting someone else, but yeah. The Commonwealth's still here and still surrounded by random Hanover cities. The Czechs, the same for now, but they're still looking good. They're another one who's sort of top. They're actually just outside the top 10, but they're up there. They still have this northern Italy city. Milan, they actually tried to fight Monaco, but it's a bit late. They should have done that like 50 turns ago. And the Sicily's still here. Naples is huge. Palermo is huge. Again, they're a naval force to be reckoned with in the Mediterranean. They do have a settler. I don't know where that will be going. There's not much space left on this map at all. There's the only space. There's a few bits in the Sahara Desert which are like resourceless, but that's it. Like the eastern part of the map is full this time, so that won't be. They won't be going that way. Greece here. The Ottomans have grabbed Crete. I guess Greece just left it too long. Wallachia added some more cities inside this area. They've grabbed Crimea. The city's still not connected, but they've got a cool little empire here, so keep an eye on them. They're also sort of 6th place right now. Yep, they are 6th. So they're doing quite well. The poor Goths just out to one city at this point. Bosnia still with their 4 as well. Keep an eye on them. Attila's got this little random sort of off-cut here. Here is the Soviets with some triplanes, some great war bombers. The only civ I think we've seen with planes. So that's pretty cool. Perm is still surviving, although Sami's going after them. There's just random mess here, isn't there, of different cities around Perm. But then here we have the Huns. Russia's still around for now. The Huns also have planes, and they are currently... Okay, there's a fight. They are very close. It's neck and neck between the Soviets and the Huns for the lead right now. Then we have Armenia, who just declared war on the Ottomans. But again, that's probably not going to lead to too much. They're all pretty strong. Assyria, look at all those units. Oh my goodness. Arabia's got planes. I did not know that, but they have taken out Babylon, and that was pretty recently. Lots of artillery too. I'm expecting a big war maybe between these two. Even Hejaz has built up a huge army in the corner, which is going to make things difficult for Arabia. And now in Africa, it's a bit more consolidated than previously. Nubia, Mercuria, Kanem-Bornu. Also, Nubia has taken this city off of Kanem-Bornu. Yep, that's changed. There's some wars here between... I'm not really sure. Benin is fighting Kanem-Bornu. I think Benin may also be attacked still by Mali if they're just not coming over at the moment. Benin has some other cities here. Oh, Leon's got a city in North Africa too. Carthage is still around with one city. Wallachia grabbed Malta. Didn't spot that just then. And Morocco still around with lots of stuff. And Mali still... Oh, Mali has great war infantry. I think that's sort of in the same part of the branches of the tech tree as the planes. So Mali maybe just opting away from planes to have infantry. But that's an interesting choice. What is that? Oh, that's a great merchant. Just forgetting all the logos to all the units. But yeah, no one's gone for these islands just yet, but maybe someone will. But there's not much space left, as I said, to settle. There's a few purely desert gaps. There's nowhere. I mean, there's one. I mean, if you settled maybe here, you can get some good stuff. That's about it, really. And you probably wouldn't hold on to it for too long. But there we go. We'll keep going. Hopefully, we'll get some big wars. We'll start to see. No one really. The AI seems to have toned it down. I don't know if they've made some sort of change. That would seem unlikely. The game's pretty old at this point. We're on deity. The aggressive and expansive mod is on. You probably won't be able to see it because there's a lot of mods on, and there's all these culture things in there. It doesn't actually show you the mod list here. It does here. Aggressive and expansive. It's right there. So maybe it's not working anymore. I don't know. But they are less aggressive. It's also domination only, unless that didn't save. But it should be domination only. Let me just check that. Yeah, victory type domination only. So, bit strange that they're not as fighty as normal. I don't know if it's to do with the numbers. But yeah, I mean, it's still quite messy. Maybe it is just the numbers. Maybe there's just too many to fight their way through. But we'll see. Hopefully we can sort of start to see the numbers drop. But what, there must still be about 40 civs left alive. I haven't counted. Let's just estimate. There's about 5 in Africa. There's another sort of 5 in the Middle East and Turkey. So that's 10. Eastern Europe's probably got another 12. And then there's probably about 15 to 20 in Western Europe. So yeah, there's still probably about 40 civs competing and alive. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get someone, particularly here. I'd love someone to emerge because Hanover is actually doing quite well score wise. They are up there, but they're very spread out. It would be cool if they could sort of unite some stuff. Or I mean, the Czechs are pretty cool. Burgundy could do it as well, by the way. If they would, it would be a big war. They'd need to take either Lüneburg here or East Berlin, which you know is pretty big because these are probably the 3 best chances for Western Europe. Although that said, Leon is emerging. They are going to definitely get a few cities here by the look of it. And maybe if they just keep going, persevere, they might get everything, and then all of a sudden they're looking quite good out this way as well. But we'll see. That's for the next 25 turns and beyond to show. There's no sort of upper limit. Obviously, probably just go till it breaks. Maybe 350, something like that. 400. It's normally the sort of time it might not run anymore with this many civs, but we'll just keep trying and go as far as we can. There's no upper limit. If it's running really well, we could try to do beyond that. It just depends if it breaks or not. But yeah, we will continue. No, Finland. They couldn't do it. I thought they were going to have some success here against St. Petersburg, but no, not working for them, and they're actually being attacked back now, which could be a disaster for them. But there we go. It's turned 250. We used to end games at this point, so it's kind of cool that we're not. Oh no, Russia was dead for ages, but well, not dead, but they're still here. We're going to do the map in a bit of a different order this time. We've started up here. Let's continue. What's going on here? The Sami are still fighting over here, but no real progress being made by anyone. Les Plagues. What a great name. That must be very far down France's list of names, I'm guessing. Maybe it sounds French anyway. Maybe it's not altogether. Perm did lose this city to Sami, despite it being entirely surrounded by Soviet territory. That's quite impressive. What are we looking at? What are the planes right now? They're still great war bombers. We haven't advanced too far. We can see anti-air guns now for the Soviets as some of their neighbours start to get planes. It does look... Okay, I'm gonna save just in case we have a crash, and then I'm gonna have a look and just see, are the Soviets at war with the Huns? Because that would be actually huge. And it kind of looks from the units like a potential. They're kind of on the border. I don't think they are, but global politics. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. I just want to find the Huns. I'm not gonna read through all of them. As you see, there's just a bajillion denouncements. But the Soviets or the Huns. I've probably skipped one of them already by accident. I'm sorry. So, there's very few friendships. Okay, Soviets. At war with Benin, Finland, Goths. Okay, no, never mind. There's not. It kind of looked like there was, but there isn't. We also did not check the ideologies last time, so we'll do that as well. The Huns, still mostly the same with a lot of units, but it's still a two-way fight for the lead between the two of them, which is fine. Armenia fighting the Ottomans did not lead to anything, but I do see lots of damage. Just look, everywhere there's damage bubbles, but you can't see any cities really under threat. Some of the more medium tier civs starting to get planes. I say medium. Assyria does look okay. Like, they don't look rubbish. I mean, they're just surrounded by other good civs, so they don't look great, right? If you plop this in France, they'd look amazing. So sometimes it's relative to your neighbours, but they're not on this list of. I'm just looking here. They're not remotely close to on. They are below the two Sicilies and Burgundy, I think. So that's... So maybe if they were plotted into France, they wouldn't look so good. But yeah, they have planes now. Arabia's here, and oh, they killed Hejaz. I didn't even notice. Sorry, Hejaz. That's done. But yeah, Arabia, that was a good kill. That was a good move. They're looking good there. Good move. Nubia's not gained any new territory. Mercuria looks the same. Although they did... Actually, Morocco, I think, did a lot of the hard work, but they've taken Carthage. Yeah, I mean, Can Bornu's still here. Benin is down to one city now. Oh no, they still have this one. Morocco and Morocco now has planes, as does Mali. As we saw, they're both good civs at the moment. They're both up on that list. Morocco currently in 5th place. Mali's dropped to about 10th, but there's less than 100 points between 5th and 10th, whereas there is a much bigger gap between the top 4, which is Arabia, Sami, Huns, Soviets. But as we can see, this is why I started from a different part of the map. The Leon did get it done. I didn't watch this. I just noticed as I was about to start recording, hit record. But yeah, they took down Portugal completely in 25 turns, which is that's pretty impressive. So they are definitely, I'd say they're number 1 in Europe right now. They are still behind Hanover on score by 3 points, so not a huge amount. And obviously, having a consolidated empire, I think, is much better. They could now move in, start picking off some of these, the French region, where there's lots of divided small cities and countries. Africa might be a bit more of a challenge, but if they fancy it, Monaco would be an interesting target as well. And then maybe Italy. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, they are free to do sort of what they want now. There's no one should scare them apart from Morocco. But again, Morocco doesn't seem too interested in attacking them. They have to share entrance. That is one thing Leon could do with. They can't get their boats through. That's a pain because of the Strait of Gibraltar. It'd be really cool if there was canals in Civ 5 like there is in Civ 6. I doubt that AI would build one the whole way round, but it would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? It probably wouldn't happen, sadly. A lot of those mods just help the humans. Hanover, I'm guessing, seems to be doing this. It'd be pretty cool if they got it again. They've got the bizarrest of empires, but I'm liking it from them. It's good to see a new mod we're using for the first time do well. And Scandinavia, there's not been any more wars here. But let's have a look at the ideologies. And we'll do demographics as well, as it's turned 250. It's been 50 turns. Soviets lead population. Huns, crop yield. Okay, I think this is the same as it was before, isn't it? Gold is Soviets. Land Huns. Arabia actually has the most soldiers. That's pretty cool. And then literacy goes to the Soviets. So there we go. But yeah, let's have a look. Who is... we've got a lot more. So the communist nations, the order nations are currently Wallachia, who we actually didn't look at Eastern Europe, so I'm going to go back to that. 2 Sicilies, Norway, Leon, Burgundy, Greater Armenia. So there's no real pattern location-wise. We've had some games where all the civs in a certain area go one way, but that's not the case this time. Autocracy, Poland, Lithuanian, Commonwealth, Arabia, Ottomans, Huns, Sweden, Mercuria, Soviet Russia, Finland, Sami, Morocco, Bosnia. Okay, autocracy is the rest. There is no freedom nations, and there's a few countries left to pick, but here you go. I'll just scroll. If you want to pause as I'm scrolling slowly here, you can have a little bit more, slow it down, have a little look at that to pick out a bit more, see what the country you're maybe rooting for is up to. Has anything changed in this region? It looks like there is some wars going on, but again, not necessarily serious ones. The Goths still around. Wallachia does look good. I'd love that. But Greece, I think there's too many like medium civs. You need the rubbish ones and the big ones picking them off. But the problem is there's a lot of medium ones. Like Wallachia probably is stronger than Greece, but obviously there's little challenges like getting around the islands and stuff and how you attack them that makes it that bit harder. France took Brussels. Okay, so Belgium could be in trouble. I mean, France does not have many units left, so they probably won't get Antwerp, but they have managed to get Brussels. But yeah, apart from that, this region's all the same. Bosnia still has their 4 cities. So there we go. We will come back at turn 275. We'll see what happens in the next 25 turns. Okay, turn 275. The Celts have lost their former capital to the Hanover, who has a ton of planes now and a lot of battleships. So the tech advances are coming for all the civs now. We can see they've also grabbed another city there in sort of Denmark. France's capital, as you can now see, is in Wales because Burgundy has taken them out and they managed to grab Monte Carlo, although there's going to be a bit of a battle throughout with these ships still here. But yeah, Burgundy took them out. I mean, you've seen it now. So they took Brussels as well. That confused me at first. I was like, how did Burgundy get this? But no, they were just attacking France. Ireland's still around, as is Britain, the Celts. Leon has not made any moves yet, which a bit disappointing, to be honest, but there's got to be a rebuild, and it looks like they are about to do something. To be fair, they have a lot of boats here. Not sure what exactly, because maybe they were going to go after France when Monte Carlo was French, but now obviously it's just fallen to Burgundy in the last turn, so that might change that. Monaco still surviving for now. Obviously these boats could change that. What else we got? Oh, Naples is looking really good. Look, 33 population as the Sicilies get another city. But we do have some other big events going on. Looks like the Czechs are up to something here as well. Hanover, this area is all the same. Sweden, Norway, no changes between these two yet, but Norway did grab Helsinki off of Finland, and as you can see, the Soviets pushed on through. They took these two cities, they pieced out for this one, and then obviously the capital fell to Norway afterwards. That was the exact order. A lot of guided missiles, rocket artillery. Okay, so the Soviets getting very advanced now. Mechanized infantry, helicopters. Commonwealth is still the same, and I'm surprised the Soviets have not pushed in more to Europe, so we could see that in the future. They also killed the Goths. That was a small thing. Bosnia's still here, Greece is still here, Walachia's here, but the Ottomans have just recently started invading them with the help of the Soviets. So obviously the Soviets can't really get here too easily, but they are bombing cities. They did take this city up here just recently. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge here. You can see Bucharest here, nowhere near the front line, but it's being bombed. So the Ottomans will be helping there. Armenia is still the same. The Huns are still good. The problem for them is they've really not got many options left. They can fight Russia. They can obviously go north a bit and fight some of these cities. But the Soviets, they're on a collision clause. Like, they have to fight at some point. And yeah, the Soviets have more options. So that's an issue. Down this way, Assyria has a lot of planes. But it looks like Arabia may be fighting Armenia over Assyria, which is a complete mess. But there we go, that's what's going on. But Arabia's doing very well. They are now clear third in the scores for now. What have we got here? Nubia's still the same, as is Kanem-Bornu. Mercuria is being attacked by somebody. I have no idea. I'm guessing it looks like they're fighting maybe the Ottomans in the sea. But they did conquer Bran here, which I think was settled by Wallachia. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Malta. I know it was 25 turns ago, but there's a lot of civs. Benin is fully dead. Mali has grabbed some stuff here off of Mercuria, actually, although Mercuria is now coming to take it back. And Morocco is at war with Mercuria. No, sorry, Mali. But I believe Morocco... So I saw Mali take some cities, but I believe Morocco then took them back. So this one's an example, and some of these... So I think Morocco's winning. Although that said, there is damage all over the place. No, there's no clear winner, but obviously Morocco is the strongest civ. In theory. So there we go. That's turn 275. Norway's grabbed these islands. Little holiday destination in the warm. Good move. And you see Mali's also got this island. But we're seeing battleships now. Did anyone go freedom? Has anyone bit the bullet? Well, we do. There is. There's all the order civs still here. Although they're still dissidents. No one's on negative happiness. Perm in the corner decided to go ahead and choose freedom. Good job. Good on you, Perm. You have a 26 pop city in the tundra. But yeah, good job. Standing up to oppression and going for freedom. I like it. Is that everything? Is that not missed anything? No. Well then, it's getting tense. We can see some cool unique units. Norway's got these Panzer skip boats. Who else? The Czechs have some sort of unique unit, and a lot of them. A unique sort of infantry unit. They kind of look like paratroopers. I don't know if they are. They just did a massive paradrop invasion. That would be awesome, but we'll see what comes. That could be to fly all their troops in and attack Milan or something. The Czech-Bosnian war, that could be interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's still stuff going on. The Ottomans versus Wallachia, and I'm sure we're going to get some big stuff as well elsewhere breaking out in the next 25 turns. Well, here we go. A big point. Turn 300. Who just lost their capital? Huh? I can see it. Why won't it show me because of this scoreboard? Well, that's annoying. We'll figure it out. We'll work it out as we go around. I think it is France, though, because Britain did just capture this city here. So Britain, bit of a recovery. Maybe it's possible, although Hanover looking very, very intimidating there. We'll ignore that. What's going on up here? Lots of battles in the northern part of the map, and all Norway's killing off Sweden. That appears to be what's going on. These cities falling, but I think this is where it gets hard to tell. It looks like the Soviets are involved too, but maybe... No, this city was Norway. I think the Soviets might be attacking Norway while Norway's attacking Sweden. This This is going to be chaotic, isn't it? This is a mess. But it... Or... No, yeah, that has to... I think this city was always Norway's, so that has to be... I was thinking maybe Norway and Soviets were fighting Sweden, but no, that wouldn't make sense for that city to be damaged. Sigtuna here, though, is going to fall as well. I don't know how. That must have been done by the Soviets, like, bombing. There's no way Sweden did that damage. Copenhagen actually fell, so Sweden was also at war with Burgundy, and that has gone. Someone's attacked Hanover here. It looks like that's Norway or Belgium. I feel like everyone's just fighting Norway, just based on what's going on. That might be the case. Poor Norway. If we go down into Europe, Burgundy is the same, but they... No, they had Brussels already. Did they... They always have Rotterdam. I'm thinking yes, because they had 3 cities here, didn't they? Yeah, I think they did. So that's not changed. Okay. Down here, Leon has still not made their move, disappointingly. But they have built up a lot of boats. They've also grabbed these islands and settled some more cities. So, nothing. It looks like they may be fighting Morocco. Kind of. Not really. It's so hard to tell. Monaco still going. This is good to see. They're not very strong, but they're still around. As you can see, Milan has just been kicked out of their capital as well. So that might have been what the notification under there is as well. They might take it back. Instant kills. They could... no, complete kills, sorry. They could take it back. Imagine your unique unit being a Gatling gun replacement. I don't know how to feel about that. But either way, the Sicilies now have most of Italy. The problem is, obviously, they'll probably never get this off of the Czechs. Although it'd be really cool if they did and become... But they would essentially be Italy at that point. All of a sudden, that shows you in some regions of the map, you don't have to do very much to be considered, like, top dog. If they just took this city, that'd be great. The Czechs with a ton of units in the middle of the map. They'll be one of those civs that probably break the game when they declare war later on, if they declare war. Commonwealth is still going, and again, Poznan is just safe here. Hanover's doing fine. Finland, we saw, was gone already. Sami is... There's a lot of units fighting here. Jesus, what is going on? The Huns. I think the Huns, they're just like, their arms racing through all these cities. Sami's here as well. They're all just killing each other. I'm guessing the Huns are at war with the Sami from what's going on here, which is a mess. There is nukes now for many civs. We saw the Soviets had a nuclear missile just a second ago in Finland. The Huns with 10 planes here, lots of atomic bombs. No missiles. They obviously just used all their uranium before the missiles were available, and now they're stuck with about 8 to 9 nukes. Oh my goodness. Well, there we go. That's Attila. We come down to Armenia, who did actually lose a city. I was laughing at Arabia last time, but oh my goodness, and they've put 5 nukes here. Oh no. No, don't crash, please. Okay, Arabia's conquered this city. The Ottomans... Whoa. That's weird. Oh, we've crashed. Okay, well, I'll be back in a second. It wasn't like... It's not crashed at all till now, so I think that's just a... It's the lots of units thing. We might have to just change map mode, but I'll come back. Okay, it finally opened again. We had to do the last 10 turns again, because the autosave does not kick in till turn the 1 past 300. But it's fine. It's fine. We've managed to get it open again. I'll just... hope it don't happen again. It took a few times to open, which is a bit worrying, but it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. I think everything happened the same. I'm just sort of scanning the map with my eyes. The Soviets are having much more success against Wallachia. I think that had happened and I hadn't showed you this part of the map before, so I don't think that's a change. I think that was happening anyway, but you see, oh my goodness, all the way down here. So yeah, the Ottomans didn't really benefit from this war. The Soviets took all the spoils. Nubia's still... the same. Mercuria was winning against, I think, Mali, but it now appears Morocco is attacking them, so that's obviously, they've lost everything to them. All the progress they made. Kanem Bornu's still here. Mali is still this sort of sliver, but they lost everything. They didn't lose everything else. They still have some other random cities. Greece is still here. But yeah, that's what the rest of the map's looking like. Norway grabbed another island. So there we go. That is, that's turn 300. Hopefully we'll get to at least 350. Without it crashing too much. But yeah, we will continue. The current top 5 is the Soviet Union, the Huns, Arabia, Sami still up there, and then Morocco in 5th, Leon in 6th, Mali 7th, 8th is Hanover, 9th is Mercuria, and 10th is Norway. Okay, we got to turn 350. Nothing bad happened, although we're about to move around the map, so it could all go horribly wrong. But from judging by eye, it looks like a lot has changed. Notably, our top 5 has now got Leon in 5th place, Morocco 4th, Arabia 3rd, Hun 2nd, and the Soviets still in 1st and with a much bigger lead than before. So Britain died, London fell to Burgundy, and Ireland seems to have picked up some of the other pieces as well. That is a lot of play. Okay, Hanover now has nuclear missiles. Okay, that's not a good sign. This city, there's a great story to Manchester here. It was being attacked. Obviously, I think it was one of, if not the last British city. I don't know. Edinburgh probably maybe went first because it's still damaged. Went last, sorry, because it's still damaged. But it was one of the last ones, and I think Norway, possibly Hanover. We thought they were attacking it, but they were more focused on other things. But it was low, and Mali snuck in and stole it away with a unit that isn't here anymore. But if I can find it, sort of vacating the scene, I'll show you. Where is it? Okay, it's not here. It would have been obvious if it was still here. But basically, it was a trireme, and it was quite funny. There was a random Mali trireme up here that stole this. They now have a plane here. That wasn't obviously the case at the time, but that's very funny. Norway has killed off Sweden and kept the Soviets out of Scandinavia and held Finland. So maybe they weren't at war, or maybe they just defended very well. Naval invasions are not the AI's best trait, although you'll see in a second that the Soviets are very good at attacking areas nowhere near their core lands. We see here this area is all pretty much the same, I believe. Has anything changed? I don't think so. Milan survived. They either had enough units left over to take it back, or the 10 turns we had to redo, they got a bit lucky and survived the second time round. But yeah, not looking. The Sicilies are under attack, so maybe it's gone wrong for them. Monaco is still going. Leon has still done nothing, although I say that, they must be attacking Morocco, surely. There's no one else doing this, right? I'm not sure. Morocco, he looks a lot bigger. These borders have all filled up all of a sudden. There's no gaps anymore. They started filling. Looks like Morocco's fighting Mali and Leon, maybe. Maybe that's why this is a struggle, but it does look like Morocco's got the edge over Mali. They've dropped a bit on the scoreboard. They've lost this city here. But yeah, I think Leon might be on Mali's team, so that helps. Mercuria here is the same. I've forgotten what they're called. This is bad. Cannon Bornu is gone. Nubia's taken them out. And I think Mali took a couple of cities too. But yeah, Cannon Bornu takes most of it. No, sorry. Nubia takes most of Cannon Bornu. Ooh. I don't want to show Arabia too much. They caused the crash last time, but they're the exact same. And Assyria's here looking the same. There is battles with Armenia going on there. As you can see, the Soviets ploughed through Lakia. The Ottomans did eventually get one city. I thought they were going to get none, but they might get one more if they're lucky. Bosnia, still here, just doing fine. The Huns have also got all this territory. The Czechs are here. The Commonwealth has died. Yeah, the Soviets invaded them pretty comfortably to Krakow, and they probably will get Lwów pretty soon, although there's loads of Czechs here, so I'm guessing they might actually steal this away first if they're at war. It'd be very weird if they were just stood here. Maybe they're helping defend. That would be nice to think. Maybe the Czechs will have that known next time we hop in. And the Huns are killing the Sami. At first, it was a bit of a meme. They took this city, but I thought the Sami got it straight back. But yeah, now they've sort of wrapped the whole way around the back. They've almost wrapped up here, although the Soviets and Perm still exist, blocking the path completely. But the Huns have wrapped around and are actually doing some good damage to the Sami, which is a shame. They are another one who's fallen right from grace. They currently do still sit about 9th place there, or 10th place, but I think they'll keep dropping. So yeah, there we go. But there's a lot less smaller civs now. There's very few with minimal cities. You know, Milan, Belgium, Monaco, Walachia's now down there. The Commonwealth. But everyone apart from those civs and Perm, I think that's it for like the one city civs. 2 Sicilies have 3, but they're actually pretty good. I'm not gonna roast them or anything here. That they're actually pretty good for a civ with 3 cities. So yeah, there we go. That's how it's developing. Hopefully we can get to 350. That was like the minimum I wanted to promise you guys, so we should be able to get at least that far, maybe a bit further. Also, I'm seeing some good response to episode 1, which has just come out a few hours ago as I'm recording this part of episode 2, so that's good. That's a good sign. So yeah, let's get to 350 hopefully. Okay, turn 350 as promised. We've made it here. No crashes. This is obviously the map mode to use to do that, which is good, and the political map overlay really helps. Without it, we'd be in a bit of trouble. But as we can see, what has changed? What has changed? I have no idea, because I just let it run and then I come back, to be honest. But Ireland is the same, but they are climbing the score. I see they're on the bottom of this list here now. We're seeing the numbers of civs decline, so it's not so hard to get on this list. Although I say that, they're below the Czechs, which is impressive, because I thought the Czechs were doing pretty well. But never mind. Burgundy's still the same. Antwerp has, yeah, Belgium has, I believe, not quite, no, they haven't been eliminated. They're still just about up here, but there you go. Norway is the same, still, as is Burgundy then. What else have we got? Yep, they still own... Hanover still has all their stuff. Milan is under siege by the Sicilies. We'll see if they can get it done this time. And Leon still has all their territory in Iberia. We'll do sort of Europe first and work our way around. Greece still the same, although they have been citadel spammed pretty heavily. Wallachia survived with one more city. The Soviets took the rest and the Ottomans got one. Bosnia's still the same. They're just here. The Czechs did steal away Lwów, or however you pronounce that one, from the Soviets, but or from the Commonwealth, but you know, the Soviets would have got it if they didn't take it. We have the Soviets still looking great. The Sami, yep, they are dying to the Huns. Oh my goodness, look at all these planes. They have 36 planes here. That is brutal for poor old Sami. They do have 3 nukes, so they may go out swinging. I don't think anyone has used one yet, or at least... So if you use a nuke on this map mode, it will show up as like a sort of black explosion mark. And it is... I don't see it, so I'm thinking we're okay. No one's been nuked, but obviously the Sami, as they get desperate, may throw a few out, or they may have dropped them elsewhere and the fallout's been cleaned up already. Russia is still going, still around. You can see the Soviets there. Oh, they've killed off Perm. It's another civ just wiped out. There is the Huns. As we can see, Arabia has made further progression into Armenia. The Ottomans still the same, as is Assyria. They're obviously too strong for Arabia, maybe, to consider it. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, Arabia's pushing into... I think this belonged to Mercuria. I know Mercuria's in a few other wars. That would make more sense. Egypt has been freed. They're not the only country to be freed. We'll show you another one in a second. There you go. Egypt's back. But yeah, Nubia... I think Mercuria is losing this stuff, but Nubia's here as well. We have Mali actually expanding into Mercuria because Mercuria is dying. You can see Nigeria also had a city released. And yeah, Mercuria is being attacked by Morocco. And I'm guessing Mali as well from what's going on. Morocco with their huge red chunk. Oh, and Leon is taking stuff now. They are taking stuff. Okay, yeah, they are actually winning. But there you go. The current top 5 with a big lead now of 700 points or so is the Soviet Union. Then it is the Huns in second, Arabia third, 4th is Morocco, and 5th is Leon, 6th Mali, 7th Hanover, 7th Norway, 8th Burgundy, 9th is Nubia, and 10th is currently the Ottomans. They are the 10 civs with above 1,000 score. Score isn't everything, and we'll keep going. I'll try and get it as far. I might make the intermissions a bit shorter just because it takes longer. But yeah, we'll see if we can get a bit further, see what we can get out of this. But yeah, there we go, turn 350, which would sort of be the usual ending point. But as I said, we'll go a bit further, see what happens. Okay, turn 400, we've gone 50 more into the future, just to let a bit more happen this time. And we'll do 50 more, we'll go to 450. We won't go any further just because it is taking a very long time now. But some bigger stuff has happened. I think 50 turns may be a better interval once we get to, you know, the ridiculously later part of the game. We can't, I mean, if we go too much further, it is going to break eventually. That is the one thing. We're not going to get to that point where there's one civ. There's still well over 20. You know, it's not like we're going to get down to 1, probably ever. But, yeah, we will go over the map. I can't exactly remember what it looked like before because it's been a few days since I last recorded. But I've had it running. But we'll start here. Burgundy conquered Ireland very quickly. That only just happened because Ireland was here a few minutes ago. But they're gone now. Hanover also obviously keeping hold of Scotland. Burgundy has done very well in the French region as well, clearing out south of Hanover, who did maintain this territory and took out Monaco, so that's pretty cool. Now, Leon fought valiantly against Morocco. They are now dropping down the list, though. And as you can see, they finally lost a city in Iberia, which is a bit of a shame. There is a huge war going on between Morocco and Mali, and I think, as you see, there is cities falling all over the place, both directions. Mali has lost their capital at least once, though. So I'd say it's probably going Morocco's way. And if we go east, you see Mercuria has pretty much collapsed. But Nubia has risen out of the eastern part of Africa as a new strong civ. Egypt's still with their city here, and Arabia is still quite strong as well. Assyria still around, as are the Ottomans. Armenia seems to be under attack, I'm guessing by Arabia again. And in the north, maybe this is the Huns. We can't really see the units anymore because it won't run if I hover over bits like this in the other map. So we have to use this one, and this is the even more dumbed down version because we don't even have the terrain anymore. Has Greece, I think they've just been spammed with more citadels. The 2 Sicilies are still here. Bosnia took Milan. The Czechs are still here and the same. Yep, yeah, look, Hanover held on to all these cities despite the massive Soviets and Huns here. Russia has this one city. The Huns have all the way round nearly, although the Soviets block it off here. But the Huns have all this in the north, and they have 10 planes in almost every city. but they have still fallen behind the Soviets. Sami is now down to 1 city. That's a bit of a shame. More of the Soviets here in Finland. Norway, we got Belgium, one of the few civs left with 1 city at the moment. But there we go. Is that everything? Oh no, the Huns somehow took this city. I don't know when or how, but that has happened. There we go then. As I said, I'll come back at 450. We'll do a final look just to see what happens. But yeah, we won't go any further than that. Okay then, guys, it's time to wrap this one up. Turn 450. We're not going to go any further because, again, I said it's taken a while. Also, I'm not too sure that much has actually happened in 50 turns. So it seems like the AI is a bit less content now. I don't know. I think they hit a point at the end of the tech tree where it's like, you know, we don't have to kill each other. Maybe they just get so many nukes that they decide it's not worth it. The AI can be very hesitant to nuke first in some occasions. Some are not, but quite a few of them are. So it might be that. And I think I actually did have random personalities on as well, so that may have even messed it up even more. But yeah, so that's this will be wrapping this up just before we show off the sort of end result, and we'll go through the ideology, religion, everything for this one. I thought I'd just say, obviously, be sure to leave some feedback on this new style. I know this one has definitely not been perfect. The videos are a lot longer than I was kind of thinking they were going to be. But yeah, it doesn't matter. If they're long and people enjoy them still, that's fine. But yeah, do leave feedback of what you think could be improved. The plan is kind of going to be to have a Civ series like this where I do I'm going to try and do 2 videos a week. And essentially, I'm going to try and do 2 Civ ones like the 2 we've just done. And it will be 1 series split in half, unless there's like a really big one that maybe needs 3 episodes. Or maybe there's a short one that needs 1, but you know, the general thing will be the Civ ones will sort of be split in half, and then once I've finished one, so like after this episode, I do a 1 episode little simulation AI game from EU4 or Hearts of Iron, so a Paradox game, and then I'll go back to Civ straight after that. So it'll kind of be alternating, so it'll be 2 Civ episodes, 1 Paradox game, and there'll be 2 episodes a week, at least to start with, I think. I'll see. I haven't moved to university yet, or I'm moving the weekend this video comes out. I'll see if I can sort of manage the schedule. And there's obviously going to be some streams as well, but I'll obviously have to get everything set up and sorted. And after last time I moved away, there was no internet for like 3 weeks, so I don't want to promise anything. Could have another disaster. But yeah, let's have a final look. Iceland stays the same. Norway, I think always had this. The island actually did survive here with Edinburgh. You can see Burgundy and Hanover kept most of this territory. Leon did lose Porto to Morocco, and Norway lost their islands to Morocco. And Morocco beat Mali, but didn't kill them. Just something to note down there. Mali is still around. Up this way, the 2 Sicilies took this off of Hanover. So that means they're at war. That's pretty brave from the Sicilies. Unless maybe Hanover probably attacked the Sicilies. Poor choice. But that said, Naples, 36 population. Bosnia looks the same. The Czechs look the same. Who else? Norway is the same as Belgium. The Soviets look like they're fighting probably Norway. Maybe that's just started by the look of it. There is some damage, but that's not led to anything yet. Huns and Soviets, so many units. The Huns units have actually, you can actually see here, the Huns units fill the Soviet tiles more than the Soviet units. That's incredible. Yeah, the Huns have filled every Soviet tile almost on top of their own. That's ridiculous. Okay. The game would definitely crash if I went into the other map mode. It's actually pretty cool that I can even still move around. But yeah, for the early parts of the games, I've noted the feedback. I'll use the normal map mode, but once it gets later, I have to use this one, I'm afraid. Armenia actually made a comeback. Look, they grabbed this city back, so it got worse for Arabia. And Nubia killed off the final few Mercuria cities. And I'm not sure. It looks, yeah, I think they are fighting Morocco here. I don't think anyone's lost or gained anything yet. I think this city's on the edge, these ones. But I think this was the border beforehand. So there we go. That is everyone. Greece is still around too. So let's have a little look at the demographics. Soviets with the most population and crop yield. Production goes to the Huns, and they also won on soldiers. Economy went to the Soviets. I think land went to Morocco. Obviously, sea tiles count, so that helps Morocco. But also for Morocco, there is the fact the Soviets and Huns have obviously sort of blocked each other off. They've limited each other's space a little bit, so that's probably why. And again, they don't have the sea, they have the edge of the map. Approval is me, funnily enough. There we go. And although most civs have 98% or above. Literacy, I don't know what it is a percentage of, by the way. I think if you just have over like 20 or whatever, I don't know if there's a ratio or something that actually works out that number where it comes from, but Normally, if you have like above 20 happiness in particular, you have 100%. Literacy, I'm a 0. Arabia actually led that one, but I'm guessing that might be alphabetical because I've rebooted the game. A lot of civs will have 99. Will have all the text. So that's that. The top 5 leaderboard here, the Soviet Union. I believe someone may have picked the Soviets, so I'm going to actually get that up. There wasn't as many picks as before, so I sort of forgot to do the shout-out stuff, but I'll just check. Because I do believe the Soviets were picked. I mean, obviously there was a lot of turns in episode 1, so it wasn't the hard. I think you had like 4 maybe civs contending by the end of that. But the man of everything, well done. You picked the Soviets. Did anyone else pick it? And so did the Luftwaffe. There we go. Well done, guys. For picking the Soviet Union. As always, yeah, if you do want to pick when I do one of these videos, that's absolutely fine. You'll have a shout out if I remember. I'll try to. And obviously, just poke me with a comment if I forget. Attila in 2nd. Arabia 3rd. Yeah, that was a pretty clear top 3 for a while. Morocco is in 4th. And Nubia, I guess the most exciting position, stealing away 5th place at the end. Which is kind of sad because it means once again no one from Western Europe made the list. Hanover actually just missed out in 6th. And Philip III, I believe Burgundy is 7th. So they did a good effort. And Norway came 8th and Leon came 9th. So there you go. The big Western Europeans came kind of in there. I think what we needed is one of them to take the other out. There was Bosnia, the Czechs, Hanover, Burgundy, Leon. We just needed one. Probably if one of them killed another one, they would probably be above Morocco, if not higher. I don't think this is how it works, but if you added the score, they would be in 2nd place. I don't think that would actually happen because you sort of get less benefit from each city you get, diminishing returns. But I think if one of them, like if the Czechs took out Bosnia, that would be a big empire. That would be kind of cool, although it would mean there'd be a lot of red on the map, so that would be a bit hard to manage. But yeah, if Hanover had like a connected empire or something, just connect. Even if Hanover doesn't even need to kill someone, they just need to like maybe grab this city here and this one. Maybe if they'd have got Krakow and a couple of these cities from France, then at least they would have been connected. But there we go. How did it look? Ideologies. Order, still Armenia, Burgundy, Leon, Norway, the Sicilies, and Wallachia clinging on with minus 88 happiness in Norway. And they're still on 40 happiness. That's impressive. Freedom for Russia, of all civs. Egypt and Greater... Well, Perm is dead, but there you go. Russia and Egypt's still around, actually, with 1 city. There you go. Russia's dead, too. Oh, no. They're still alive. In the middle of the Soviets and Huns. Deeply hidden away from the rest of society. The rest of the world was autocracy. 448 tourism for the Soviet Union is number 1. Burgundy is probably just about keeping order alive with this 370 because it's all autocracy. Then there's some order. And then religion. We didn't look at this too much, so this is actually kind of first look. It feels weird because obviously it's all in one episode. For you guys, we probably looked at it 10 minutes ago. For me, it's a few days since I last recorded due to my timing. But here we go. Wallachia's religion, which I thought would be the most popular because it was kind of the only one in mainland actual Europe. Sami is as well, but that's further away from the center. So yeah, Buddhism in 76 cities. The Sami's religion, Protestantism in 45. I'm guessing a lot of those cities, both those religions are probably the Soviet Union and Huns and Eastern Europe as well. So pretty secure places to be. Eastern Orthodoxy from Mercuria has 40 cities. Islam from Kanem Bornu in 35. So I'm guessing Mercuria's religion probably went more east towards the Middle East, and Kanem Bornu's was in North Africa. That's what I'm kind of guessing. Carthage's is probably more around the Mediterranean and maybe Morocco with 21 cities. And then Confucianism in 21 cities as well. So there we go. I'll try and just go back to the other map mode won't work. But I want to try and see the religion of some of these cities. If it crashes, we'll just end the episode. But here we go. I just want to see. So Islam, Confucianism. Okay, so I believe that's Carthage's religion in sort of Spain, in Leon. And then Islam was Kanem Bornu, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to crash if I go too far east because that's where all the units are. There's actually all these civs have a ton of units. Just look at it. I wouldn't be able to look at the Soviets. There's too many. It would crash. Islam. Where is Kanem Bornu's capital? This one. Holy City for Islam. Yeah. And Mercuria's religion then is Eastern Orthodoxy. You can sort of see up here in, I guess, North Africa. But yeah, you can see it spreading into Arabia. So I think that's exactly what happened. But there we go. That will be it for this episode. I'm going to once click over here and hope it just doesn't No, yeah, I think it's broke. But there we go. I told you if I clicked on the Soviets, it would crash. But that'll be it for this episode. A rather long one, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.